Good evening, YouTube. It has been way too long since I did a video update, and I thought I'd better get around to posting one. I am 4 years and 3 months post amputation for CRPS, and in this video I'm going to answer a few questions and just give you a few pointers, especially if you're a CRPS amputee, and how to cope with life after surgery. So basically, a little bit more about me and what I've been up to. I am now working as, no longer working as an equipment operator, something I kind of do now for fun, and I'm working now full-time as a highways inspector. So that involves a lot of walking. How much walking do you say? This is my regular prosthetic leg with the Fill-Hour All-Pro XTS foot. This foot I've had for 2 years, and I have racked up over 2 million steps on it. The socket I've had for 3 years. That's quite a long time for the length of time for having a prosthetic socket without being recast. I'll probably, by the end of the year, get this one redone just for a better fit. Not so much for volume. Volume seems fine, but just we've adjusted it a few times, and I think it's time to just start from scratch with a new socket. So yeah, the most I've walked in a day is about 20,000 steps, according to Samsung Health. And since I started Samsung Health, I have racked up over 2 million steps on this bad boy. What about when I'm not wearing my leg? So part-time, I do a little bit of accounting and computer work. So for that job, don't need my leg, don't wear my leg. For a typical work day, wear my leg all day, come home, when I have a shower and eat supper, the leg comes off, I don't put it on until the next day. What do I do to help take care of my residual limb? A lot of CRPS amputees, they struggle with ice, and you'll hear a lot of physiotherapists saying that if you have an achy part of your body, put some ice to reduce that inflammation, reduce the pain. But that can be kind of difficult for CRPS patients. What I found that works for me, and it may not work for all, but definitely what works for me, is some gentle heat. So ordered a small heating blanket that I can plug in at night. If I'm doing a bit of computer work or watching TV or taking a nap, it's got a timer, can set it at medium heat. I think I can set 15, 30 minutes, and even an hour, but usually I do 15 or 30 minutes. Just drape it over top my limb. That little bit of heat going into my stump seems to really help for getting me going the next day. I try to go once a month for a deep tissue massage and for some muscle stim on my limb at physio. The massages, that may not work for all amputees, especially if you're a CRPS amputee. Depending on how your surgery was done and how your muscle structures are. For me, getting that deep tissue massage doesn't hurt. I don't have any really negative pain sensations or anything. It just helps release a little bit of that tightness that I get in the back of my stump. Before my amputation, I had foot drop. So I had the ability to push my foot down. I didn't have the ability to bring my foot back up. Post-amputation, the remaining muscles that I have in what's left of my calf, I can flex those muscles, but I can't flex the muscles on the outside of my shin to bring that imaginary foot up. And that results in a little bit of crampiness or achiness that I get after a few weeks of hard work. When I'm not wearing my leg, I go now with a light compression stocking. This is the Juzo compression stocking. Comes up to just above my knee. And that little bit of gentle compression just adds a little bit of comfort, but also prevents the fluid buildup in your stump, which makes it a bit easier the next day to get into your limb. As an amputee, especially as a CRPS amputee, drink a lot of water. Watch your salt intake, watch your sugar intake. Those three things can have a huge impact on how well you're feeling. One topic I wanted to quickly touch on is and this is a little bit of a pet peeve of mine. You see it a lot in like the Facebook amputee groups or any sort of online amputee group, where if an amputee is struggling with wearing their prosthetic limb, they're kind of maybe not ridiculed, but immediately you get people posting comments about how they can wear their leg from the time they get up till the time they go to bed. They don't have any problems. And if you are having problems, maybe there's something wrong with you, wrong with your stump, wrong with your surgery, wrong with your prosthesis, on and on and on it goes. I know a lot of CRPS amputees that cannot wear a prosthetic limb at all. That doesn't make them a failure. That's just the cards that they were dealt, and believe you me, they are trying as hard as they can every day to get to the point where they can wear a prosthetic leg. But in all honesty, if you're a CRPS amputee, chances are it's going to be difficult to successfully wear a prosthetic limb for an extended period of time. You shouldn't use that as a way of judging someone else, and you definitely shouldn't use that as a way of judging yourself, whether you can wear it or not. There's plenty of activities, plenty of jobs you can do if you don't wear your limb. And further to that topic, as far as amputee activities, I started doing some amputee sports this past summer. Wheelchair basketball, sitting volleyball, wheelchair tennis. I haven't tried amputee soccer yet, but I've seen it. Some of the people that I've seen in those groups, they're amputees that can't wear a prosthetic limb. They are the most gifted athletes I've ever seen. They're incredibly strong, incredibly fit. They just happen not to wear a prosthetic limb. So yeah, can't emphasize that enough. Don't judge your success whether you're wearing a limb or not. Definitely don't judge someone else whether they're wearing a limb or not. You never know their situation. So if I'm out in public and I'm not wearing my leg, obviously you get a few more looks, you get a few more questions. One thing that I've learned in the 4+ years of being an amputee, I really try to be as patient as I can with those questions on people coming up to me asking me, why are you on crutches? How did you lose your leg? You never know why that person is asking that question. It may be the 20th time in a week that you've heard somebody ask you, but that may be the first time that person has even seen an amputee. Maybe they have a friend, maybe they have a spouse, maybe they have another family member who is undergoing an amputation or recovering from amputation. They may just want a little bit of advice, a little bit of knowledge. Yeah, don't answer with a smart ass remark. That's not helping anybody. Other than that, things are going pretty well, and I'll post more updates soon. Take care, guys.